Championship, of course, now changed. It's Formula 2 only this year. Two-wheel drive, 2-litre cars. Although for the championship rounds, to add some spectacle, four-wheel drive turbo cars still permitted, though of course not running for points. But the big thing about the Vauxhall Rally of Wales, it runs on much of the Network Q RAC Rally terrain. So familiar stages such as Clocainog, Penmacno, Daffnant, Gartinog and Dovey on the schedule. But look at the weather. This is Chester Racecourse where the rally begins. This, of course, is where Alistair McRae's brother Colin, 5 months earlier, won the RAC. That was Alistair. This is David Llewellyn. And this is Jarmo Kitteleta. Those two driving Vauxhalls, while Alan Aurier, 3 times Group N French champion, with his Renault Clio Williams. Martin Rowe for Peugeot, the former British Group N champion. And a guest star here on the rally, France's Francois Delacour, just back from the Portuguese rally, driving a Malcolm Wilson Motorsport prepared Escort Cosworth. Well, Delacour racing on the Welsh event for the first time, in fact his first ever British Rally Championship round. And Delacour it is, who's seeded number 1, leads the way. Behind him, Gwyndolf Evans in great form, and Robbie Head, local Renault driver. This is the man everyone's watching at the moment, Alistair McRae. There goes Gwyndolf Evans. McRae, of course, in the Nissan Motorsport Europe Sunny GTI. Robbie Head already getting to grips with the Renault, improving his car with his new French team. But Martin Rowe for Peugeot, the total colours now, knowing Wales very well. Look at this, Jarmo Kitteleta in the Vauxhall, and look at the weather changing. Well, Delacour was an early leader, but Mokkanen has to change his gearbox on his Nissan. Broken after just 3 stages. Well, Alan Aurier, most unused to this weather. And look how it came in. Hurricane winds, snow and hail. Not everyone liked it, particularly Ollie Harkey in the Group N Mitsubishi. Scott Bradshaw, one of last year's junior stars, going well. But even Alistair McRae is surprised by the weather here on the Welsh.
I think this is more like what the RAC should have been. It's definitely not March.
So McRae second overall at the moment. Before the end of the day, Francois Delacour is out of the rally on special stage 6, going downhill. The engine cuts out. They cannot restart. He has to retire. First major victim of the event. Well, Evans has his problems too, and he drops from second place back to 6 because he has transmission problems. Let's go on board with Gwyndolf Evans and Howard Davis. But Martin Rowe still going well. He's 6th at the end of the first day in his Peugeot. And Harry Mokkanen going better now.
It does become a little bit of a problem when there is an emergency, but they seem to know what they're doing okay, that's for sure, so no problem.
So Robbie Head improving his French of his new team, but no problems during the first night for McRae, even with a broken tailgate flapping round on the Nissan. Much faster than the others, finishing the day with half a second over Gregoire de Mervius, the other Nissan driver.
Minus 130. Open K left.
As we see David Llewellyn 4th, but nearly crashing on the last stage of the night. Just watch this.
We had a bit of a moment on that last stage, actually. We went, I don't know whether we were catching Martin Rowe, but on a hairpin we caught his lights coming the other way, and I just lost concentration for a minute, and we just went very wide on the corner into a ditch, and we scrabbled out a bit. It was a bit hard to stop, and I'm glad there was nothing in there. But our times are reasonable.
Well, come the morning, rally goes deeper into Wales, but the weather improving, and McRae looking more and more like a possible outright winner for the first time in a Formula 2 car.
tight K left. K left, tight. 100 down. Double caution, medium left. Into easy right minor.
But not so Ari Mokkonen, whose Nissan is wearing the battle scars of a rollover during the night. Olli Haki and Antti Virula in their Mitsubishi Lancer Group N car, now second overall, fighting with the Formula 2 cars. But Llewellyn, after a disappointing first day, he's really got to grips with the event. His home event, he's of course from Haverfordwest, and he takes 3 fastest times.
Jarmo
And third
is
place.
just behind us, literally 5 or 6 seconds. So, you know, there's obviously a bit of pressure from behind, and of course Gwyndaf is also coming quickly up from behind as well. So it's a fair bit of pressure on.
Gwyndaf Evans at home as well. He lives in the middle of the Panther Hog stage. Now driving the Gordon Spooner prepared RS2000. Chris Mellors, well in the top 10 now, and in 9th place in the Renault, Alan Aurier. Maxi cars, of course, not allowed in the British Championship, just plain ordinary Formula 2 cars. Let's go on board with him.
80 mètres gauche très bon. Sur droite pour long. Et gauche moyen.
Robbie Head, 8th, until he will retire on the event with a drive shaft failure.
Well, it just seems to be the engine has seized. We came out the hairpin there and just was changing up the gear, and it just stopped instantly, so the car won't turn over.
Julian Reynolds in his Honda Civic is dominating the 1600cc class at Group N. We talked to him.
Yeah, just taking our time. We've had a few very small problems. The last stage we did, we had 3 of the brakes failed and we only had 1 brake. But we're far enough ahead that things like that don't matter. We're just getting by.
Mark Blair, a former karting champion, running in the Peugeot Junior Series. It's the category that's helping young drivers. And he's been leading throughout much of the event, but he will be out with a broken engine. Means that Jane Gunningham, one of the 2 ladies on the event, moves up in her Peugeot 306 after Ladies Cup leader Stephanie Simonite hitting an official's car, letting Gunningham into the lead of the category. We talked to her too.
They're absolutely superb. They are just give it death all the way, and I'm absolutely loving it. And so much more smooth as well. Just the car's so much more suited to it, and we're just having a brilliant time. Hell, it's a good car.
Gregoire de Mervius goes out on stage 9 with a broken gearbox, which means McRae is now the easy leader without the pressure from the former World Group N champion. Alain Aurier still in 9th place, and Ireland's Philip Young is 7th, second in Group N in his Escort Cosworth. Well, Julian Reynolds will go on to win the Honda category, the 1600 Group N category, and in 6th position, Chris Mellors, driving with Brian Goff in the Group A Escort Cosworth. Llewellyn fighting for 4th position still with Evans. A big battle now between the 2 Welshmen. 2 seconds behind Evans on the last stage, but Evans comes through to take 4th position away from him on that final selective. A very good 3rd place for Jarmo Kittilato and Arto Kapanen in the Vauxhall Astra Sport. 2nd, of course, in Formula 2. So Alistair McRae goes on to win his first international rally, making a family triple. His father Jimmy won in '89, brother Colin in '92, and now Alistair in '95. He also takes the leadership of the British Rally Championship with 25 points, followed by Kitileto, Evans, Juelin and Aurier. Oh yes, and of course Ollie Harkey in the Mitsubishi Lancer Group N finished second overall.